So I just walked out of the argument. I stayed for the Idaho argument and the Nevada argument. These are the marriage cases that were just argued before the Ninth Circuit. Hawaii is being argued right now. Obviously, NCLR's case is the Idaho case. And I think it's abundantly clear that particularly two of the judges, but I think the third one as well, are very skeptical of the arguments being made by the state in the Idaho case. That was the argument that's square before the court, where Idaho is defending their marriage ban and we are challenging their marriage ban. Hawaii and Nevada are both procedurally in a different position, but this is a case that's squarely going to need to be decided, and this could be also a candidate to go to the U.S. Supreme Court. And I think the arguments made by those opposed to same-sex marriage are on such thin ice. They're making an argument essentially, and this is what we heard for almost an hour and a half, that if gay couples, if same-sex couples are allowed to marry, that will send the message to heterosexuals, particularly heterosexual men. So this is the sort of men are pigs argument, and it's offensive to all heterosexual men, that if same-sex couples can marry, that will so devalue the institution of marriage that heterosexual men will flee their families in droves and will not provide the proper nurturing and parenting to their children. It's an absurd argument. It's not only offensive to men, but there's no connection between same-sex couples marrying and what happens with heterosexual couples. And I think the court pretty much just let the guy talk, but it was clear that the argument just doesn't hold any water, particularly when you compare it to the harms that same-sex couples are enduring every day because our relationships in states like Idaho are not entitled to due respect, and our children are harmed, our ability to care for each other is harmed. And I think, fortunately, we're coming to the end of sitting around in a courtroom, having to listen to these inane arguments in support of what is just simply rank discrimination.